What's going on, everybody? Welcome to part 3 of the Making Bots with Discord Pi tutorial series. In this video, what we're going to be working on is something a little different. So most of this stuff is just using, a command and have that command do some stuff. So you're just like reading a message and performing some logic. It's all basically the same stuff. It's just, how creative do you want to get with it? Now, what I want to do in this video is talk about how we can time certain actions. So that's not really something we've covered yet. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the thing that I want to time is I want to just output to like a CSV, these like user metrics basically, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to like have to sit here and call the command every time I want it to happen. I'd like it just to automatically happen. So the first thing that I want to do is put this into a function because I basically want the exact same thing to occur. I just want it to occur in its own function. The other thing we really need to do is like syntax guild, because we're going to do this. Like right now, we could pass the guild to the function. So like for example, I'll just come up here and we'll just define community report, and then community report will get guild passed to it. And then we're just going to take this, copy, paste, and tab that over. And then we can just return online idle offline. Then we do this. And in fact, actually, I think I'll do this. Copy that. And then we come in here and we'll say online idle offline equals community report, and then the syntax underscore guild. So now that should give us the community report. And in fact, let's just go ahead and test that real quick. Make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Centabot community report. Oh, we didn't. Oh, let's see. No, we do. So how come it didn't? Community report. Centabot.community. Did I spell it wrong now? Centabot. Oh, okay. I forgot the dot. I did an underscore rather than a dot. Okay, so we did get an error. Syntax guild is not defined. Did we? Yeah, okay, so this needs to be changed to guild. Save. Come back over here. Let me centabot.log out. And let's try that one more time. Close out of these two. Okay, so this time let's run the community report, make sure that's working as intended. Okay, great. All right, so we've moved that. Let me just move this up here. So now what we want to do is add a background task that also calls this but saves it. So the way that we're going to do that is by first I think what we'll do is we'll just write the background task. So just somewhere up here, actually maybe after the community report, we will write the task. So this will be async def user metrics background and background task. Empty parms here. And then what we want to do is await client dot wait until ready. And then we need that syntax guild. So part of me kind of regrets going with the wrappers, because if this was OOP, this would be so simple. You would give it an attribute. And in this case, there are ways that we can share this. Like basically, I just don't want to keep defining it. It's not the end of the world. Like we could have like maybe a constant. So syntax guild equals client.getGuild and then the constant. We could do that, or we can use globals. So I'm going to use a global. I know that's going to just irk some people. You could use like a tuple or like a dictionary or something like that maybe. But I'm just going to go ahead and global this. So I'm going to global syntax guild. And then after we do that, we can just come up to this await client until ready. And then once it's ready, we'll global the syntax guild. So then, while not client.isClose, this is just a method that we can call on the client. So while that's not the case, we're going to throw in a try except, because if we don't do this at any point, if it fails in this loop, our background task is going to quit and it's not going to continue running. So we are going to try and accept exception as e, and we'll just print string e there. And what we want to try is basically this exact, what is this line here. So I'm just going to copy it, come back up here, paste online, idle, offline, community report, Centex guild. We've globaled it, so we should be all set to use it there. Then what we want to do now that we have those metrics is with open, and then we'll just call this user metrics.csv. We're going to open with the intention to append as f. We're going to f.write. We're going to write an f string that has 4 values, actually. 3, 4. The first value will be time. So I'm going to go ahead and actually, I think we're not using sys anymore. That didn't solve it for us. So I'm going to get rid of sys. That's weird. Usually if you don't use something, though, it says, hey, you're not using it. Are we actually using it somewhere? Or not. That's kind of weird. Usually it alerts me. Oh, maybe it is alerting me. Usually it has a little dot, though. Anyway, let's import time. We're also going to import async IO. And we're importing async IO so we can do an asynchronous sleep as well. This way it doesn't impact the rest of our functionality. Which, by the way, if you don't know much about coroutines and all that kind of stuff, since we're using them so heavily here, if you go to pythonprogramming.net and search for async, you'll find async IO basics. Go ahead and click on that, and that'll take you here, and you can see, you can get a tutorial on async IO. So yeah. Okay, so back to here. So what we want to write is we'll do the int value of time.time. We will do, then we'll just do online, idle, offline, and then we'll do a new line. And that should be good. So once we've done that, once we've saved that file, we're just going to do an await asyncio.sleep for how long. Now, I'm probably going to do something like 600. I don't really need these metrics like super frequently, but for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm going to say 5 for now. Also, if we do hit an error, let's go ahead and sleep there as well. No reason to hit that error like a million times. If we hit an error, probably it'll be something wrong with the guild. It will be my guess. It's going to take a second to pull the guild in, even though, which is kind of weird because I would think until ready, but maybe if we could wait until, oh, the guild isn't, let's see, let's define the guild. Let's cut that here, paste here. That was stupid. So it wouldn't work until we had a message. Cut here, paste here, and then let's global Centex guild here because we're going to need it, and I bet that'll solve the issue for us. We'll see if it doesn't though, so let's just go ahead and save that. Now, what we need to do is call this to actually occur. So this is just a background task that we want to run. So where should we call it? Well, we could call it in a few places, but I'm going to call it right before client.run. That's the way they suggest we do it, so that's the way I'm going to do it. So client.loop .create _ task, and then we just want to create that task name, so, or basically run it. So it's that user metrics background task. Don't forget your parentheses. Boom. And that should be everything. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's see what happens. See if we hit any errors. So I see Centibot in the chat. Centex guild not defined initially. Let's just wait. It's actually kind of weird. We got some chat information, and then it said we logged in. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure what to think about that. I don't know if it's because like loop.createTask, but loop.createTask starts with wait until ready. If anything, maybe we should define the guild in here and global it everywhere else. But then it would be defined no, because it's in the wild not. I want to try that. Let's see if that'll cause a problem, but we'll do that in a moment. Let me pull up here. So here's user metrics.csv. Sure enough, there we have all of our metrics, hopefully every 5 seconds, any second now. There it is, there's an update. So pretty cool. Looks like we've 88, 89, 90. We're gaining users and then we lost a couple. Darn it. Interesting. So over time, I forgot already, this is probably online, idle, and then offline. And then you could add these all up to get total users. Yeah. And then this is just time, the Unix timestamp. Cool. Okay, so last thing I want to try is rather than on ready, let's continue globaling Centex Guild, but let's cut it here and let's paste Centex Guild in this background task. Just curious. So I'm going to kick out the bot real quick. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. That just took a second. He didn't like leave. Okay, and then I'm going to rerun it. Let's see how we do. He is back. No errors yet. Cool. Okay, so we'll stuff it there. Global probably isn't the best way to handle this problem, but at least we're not hitting an error anymore. I just really wanted to solve that. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. In the next tutorial, what I'd like to cover is, I would like to let this run. Let's fix this. I would like to let this run for at least like a day or 2 days or something like that, and then show you guys like the next command would be to like change community report to actually be like a cool report rather than just numbers. What we could do is have them use like matplotlib or pygal or any of the million plotting options that we have available to us to generate an output to like a PNG image, and then we can actually submit that PNG image with the bot, so it can actually embed that image and upload that image, so when we do a community report we can see like trends over time and stuff. So that would be pretty darn awesome. So that's what I'd like to do next, because again, most of the stuff is just kind of commands, stuff like that. It's just a bunch of the same stuff, so I think that's kind of boring. But what I'd like to do is something a little different. So attaching files and uploading files, I don't yet know really how to do that, and that's something a little unique. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next tutorial. Quick shout out to my most recent members: Taj Alagawani, Scott Harwood, Arjun Sakdeva, I don't know, Stefan R, and some guy. Thank you guys very much for your support. You guys are awesome, especially Scott Harwood. Okay, so that's it for now. Questions, comments, concerns. If you have a suggestion about how to handle and not use globals in a nice clean way, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next tutorial where we are uploading some beautiful charts. And if my user metrics go down, it's going to take a few more days because I can only show an increasing trend. Till next time.